All right, welcome. Today, we're diving into a really fascinating claim about hydration. The core idea here is that how you drink water might actually be way more important than how much you drink. I know, it sounds a bit wild, so let's break down the theory behind it. So let me ask you this. Have you ever had one of those days? You're chugging water bottle after bottle, but you still feel that nagging sense of dehydration? Or that afternoon fatigue just hits you like a truck? You know? It's a surprisingly common frustration. And this kind of leads us to what we can call the dehydration paradox. The source material we're looking at today basically argues that for some of us, just drinking more and more water, well, it doesn't actually solve the real problem. So what's the issue then? Well, according to this theory, the water might just be passing right through your system. It's not getting properly absorbed where it really counts, which is inside your body's cells. So you drink, but you don't truly hydrate. This is where it gets really interesting. What if we've been focused on the wrong thing this whole time? The source material suggests that the solution isn't found in a bigger water bottle, but in a simple, tiny change to your drinking technique. And here it is, the big reveal. The claim is that by simply tilting your head to the left while you drink, you can dramatically improve your body's ability to absorb water. I know, it sounds almost too simple to be true, doesn't it? So let's get into the why. Okay, so to really understand this claim, we have to take a quick look at our own anatomy. The whole argument is based on the specific positioning of a few key parts of our body. Now, this right here is the heart of the anatomical argument. Apparently, your esophagus has a natural curve to the left. So the theory goes, when you drink straight on, you're actually fighting that curve. But when you tilt your head left, you're working with it, creating a more direct, easy path for the water. The exact same logic is applied to the body's main lymphatic channel. And that brings us to this key player, the thoracic duct. This is the largest lymphatic vessel in your body, and guess what? It runs right up the left side of your torso. The theory is that a left tilt helps align the water flow with this super important system, which helps with better distribution and absorption. Okay, so we've got the theory down, but what about proof? The source does present a few key pieces of data and even some personal testimony to try and back all this up. And this is the big number. The source claims this simple technique can increase cellular hydration by a massive 30%. I mean, a 30% improvement just from changing an angle, that is a bold claim. So let's see how they try to back it up. So where does that number even come from? Well, the source points to hydration researchers who used something called isotope tracking. They basically tag water molecules to see where they go in the body. And their reported finding was that water you drink with a left head tilt was absorbed faster and much more thoroughly by your cells. And this chart illustrates the practical side of things really well. According to the source, athletes who used this technique needed 20% less water to get the exact same level of performance. That suggests their bodies were just using the water they drank way more efficiently. And beyond all the data, the source includes this personal testimony. And this really connects the technique to tangible, everyday benefits, right? We're talking clearer skin, more energy, and finally feeling truly hydrated while actually drinking less water overall. So after going through the theory and the evidence they presented, we get to the final part, a challenge. It's a really simple experiment that you can try for yourself, like right now. It really couldn't be any simpler. Just grab a glass of water, drink the first half completely normally, just like you always do. Then, for that second half, make a point to consciously tilt your head to the left and then drink. The real key here is to pay close attention to what you feel. So, what are you supposed to be looking for? Well, the claim is that you'll physically feel a difference. Instead of the water just sitting there, feeling heavy in your stomach, you're supposed to feel it dispersing more widely into your body, into your tissues. It's described as a subtle but really distinct feeling of absorption. So there you have it. We've explored this really fascinating claim that links such a simple physical action to our deep cellular anatomy. Is it some kind of forgotten piece of anatomical wisdom or just a theory? Well, the source presents its case, and now the only question left is, are you going to try it for yourself? Give it a go and see what you think.